All right, you beautiful psychopaths. Constantly still to this day, people are like, oh, we don't really know what you do. We know you do financial planning. My response is always the same. Yes, we do super, insurance, investments, debt, all that stuff, but tax strategies. But the bottom line is, financially speaking, you are where you are and there's a place you want to get to. And my job is to use everything in my power to close that gap. To summarize my philosophy and what we do, I like to call myself a conviction architect. So a financial conviction architect. And what that means is I have a conviction-led approach, meaning that we don't really do anything for the sake of doing anything. So, a lot of people come and they think financial advice is I want the best returns or just make me more money. Now, there are times when that is what we do, where we do, there might be a portion of someone's portfolio, its job is to make as much money as possible. And that's still conviction-led because the purpose of that pot of money is to make as much money as possible. But if all of your stuff is just around that, then that's not really conviction-led. And the reason I say that is I did a video recently where I said, define what your rich is. And that's the idea, is that what I really do in a nutshell is I help people train their habits, their portfolios, their philosophies, their strategies, and their structures to align towards being the people they want to be and living the life they want to live. And that's it. It's not as much about making money. Everyone thinks more money is going to solve all their problems, and it very rarely does. What I try and do, what my advice is all about, is getting people to learn and align their entire well-being, their entire being towards being what they want to be, right? To being the person they want to be, to living the life they want to live, to getting as close to fulfillment as possible. And it's making sure that your health, your lifestyle and your finances, whether that's your money habits, so budgeting, account structuring, your investing, how you're investing, paying down debt, the stuff you're buying, all that stuff is aligned to the life you want to live. And that's what a conviction-led approach is. Everything has to start with a purpose and then you work back from that. And that's what we do. And yes, superannuation, investments, insurances, estate planning, all that stuff fits into it, but it's not where we start. We don't lead with that. We lead with purpose. What is the purpose? Who do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to live? And then how do I train you? How do I create your habits? How do I put your structures and your strategies and your philosophies in place to make sure that everything you're doing aligns to that as much as possible? And that in a nutshell is what we do.